Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that we're meeting, well, welcome. My name is Meshi and welcome to Meshi TV. So this is something brand new. As you can tell, we have renamed the channel. We're no longer Path to Wellness with Meshi. I will explain that in a separate video. But before we kind of move on any further, why don't we just dive right into why we're actually here? I thought that I would give you guys like a little bit of an update of what's actually happening with planners, why we're placing such a high focus on it for the month of February, and like since January, like what's the hype up with that. I thought that I would just show you guys the system that I'm moving into and how that's working for me before we do any more of the plan with me videos. So if you wanted to see sort of how I have my new planning system set up for 2020 with Erin Condren, then this video is going to be for you. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here and you're sharing your time and your space with me. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. We usually chat about 3 times a week on this channel, and I kind of talk to you a little bit about everything, but mainly we focus on planning and intentional living and how you can live a more intentionally driven life. So I kind of give you tips and tricks on that. So if that sounds good, you're going to love it here. Okay, without further ado, why don't we just dive right into the video? So if you didn't really know, I thought that it was, at this point in the game, I thought that it was a fair game that we would actually talk about my 2020 proper lineup and how I'm using the system that I have created. And even though my system is not perfect yet, I don't think that, to be honest, the more I think about planning, the more I think that I don't think that you will ever get to that point where you have like a perfect system that you feel good about. So, because it always evolves and you're evolving. So at least that's what I kind of learned about myself. I thought that we would just kind of go through how I'm evolving from what I started my 2020 with, which was Happy Planner, to where we're at today. So as many of you know, I shifted out of the Happy Planner setup that I have had. I placed a large order. They took absolutely forever to get here, and it just really restricted me for me to be able to actually plan the way that I was hoping to plan. And in retrospect, that was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I feel like right now I have a much better handle on what systems I'm using and what the purpose of each of those planners are and how it's helping me become more productive and not actually miss things. So I ended up purchasing the Erin Condren Life Planner, and this is the hourly layout, and it's going to be good for until the summertime. So it's only good for another 6 months. And then at that point, I think that I will just kind of I will basically just take a look and see sort of what's available at that given time, and sort of, I almost wanted to say reconsider, but that's not really what I mean. I think that I would just kind of take a look at what's available and see how the system is working for me. For now, I really like the hourly layout. I like that I can actually see where the gaps of space is available in my schedule, which helps a lot for me to do like content planning and things like that. I don't think that the weekly layout is enough, and then that's sort of where the folio system came in. I will bring you guys overhead in a moment, and I will kind of show you how I'm actually using it, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about it before we kind of just go overhead and all you hear is a voiceover, because I think that one of the biggest struggles for me was to really realize like how many different areas of my life needed really attention besides business, budgeting, personal growth, wellness. All of those things, they needed a space, and sometimes I felt really restricted with just having to put everything all into one. Especially if I'm just looking at both personal finance and business finance, those two alone would chew up quite a bit of space. So, and I didn't want to have about 10 different planners, but when I saw the folio system from Erin Condren, and I saw a few people use it, then that sort of gave me it gave me some hope that I can actually just have this one on-the-go system. I can take notes or whatever comes to my mind at any given moment. And I think that that felt really expansive and really exciting to me, that I can actually take care of many different areas of my life with one system. So I think that most of you that are using the folio system would agree that it's really nice when you have like one system in place where that actually travels with you. You don't have to log around your life planner. And, you know, like it just kind of gives you that flexibility where you constantly have to think about, okay, what's actually coming up? Because like now you have an outlet where you can sort of put everything. I will say this though, I want to say that I'm going through a cleanse of some sort, but I have so many stickers. So it took me it took me about one full afternoon to actually organize some of the sticker collections that I have. Because a lot of the times when I would sit down to plan, especially when I was planning in my Happy Planner, I found that I was chewing up so much time with just organizing all the stickers. So like now that I put them into based on functionality, I separated the clear ones from the actual like boxes and functional ones, and then the decorative ones. So I kind of created those three categories, which has been working out really well for me so far. So we'll see how it goes for the remainder of the year, but for now I just thought I would kind of give you guys an overview of what system I'm using, why I chose to use the system that I am using. And it's a lot of it is for me is just a learning experience to see am I missing things? Do I still feel like there's areas that would actually need attention in a form of a planner or a journal or a notebook? But I think that for the most part, I feel relatively calm about the system that I put in place. So let's bring you overhead so I can just kind of show you all the things that I have. And in the next video, we'll actually plan out this week. I've already filmed it, but I wanted to talk to you before I release that video, just especially now that I'm renaming the channel and everything. So I thought that this would be a more casual way for us to chat, see where I'm at, see what my needs are. Maybe your needs are similar, or maybe you're also new to Erin Condren, so I thought that we would just kind of chat. Okay, let's bring you overhead, and I will see you there in a minute. Okay, here we go. So what I wanted to sort of show you here right now is obviously the new folio system that I have set up, but I do have like a full, like not so much an unboxing, but more just a setup that I have filmed for you. So that's going to be coming out. But for now, I actually thought that it would be more useful to actually chat with you about how I'm using it. And now that I had about maybe 3-4 days to actually use it and play around with it, so why don't I just zoom you guys in? So this is the cover that I chosen, which is basically just you know, the Starry Night cover. And I bought this little charm this past weekend. This one is a Jane Davenport little charm that you can get. Originally, this is actually designed for her butterfly booklets, but I mean, honestly, I can't get over how beautiful this is. So then we open this guy up, and in here I put in the 2020 daily planner. This goes for until March. So I have that guy set up. Let's just remove it so I can actually show you. And I also bought a wellness log. So I keep the wellness log in there for not just for planning out workouts, but also I've been finding that I also use it for keeping track of food and things like that, for food intake. And then I bought like a little pen holder, so this is sort of where you can attach your pens. So I've been finding that really helpful. So let me just get rid of this so I will show you the actual setup. So the 3 booklets that I bought that I'm currently using is the daily, the wellness log, and also the budget. So these are the 3 main ones. I totally just forgot that I didn't have my watch on all this time. Let's get that on. Okay, so budget. Let's look at the budget plan. If you guys are not familiar with the budget planner, first of all, I've been trying a few different systems, and I like using this budget booklet in combination with the daily, because I will show you how I so here, as you open it up, it kind of gives you all of the months that you can kind of write down what you're actually wanting to save for, if you wanted to save for something specific. I didn't necessarily fill this out just yet because honestly there's more than one thing that I'm currently saving for. So you know what I mean? Like I have more than one savings plans, or more than one savings goals, I should say. So because of that, I haven't actually filled this page out. Maybe I will at some point. Maybe I will write down all of my savings goals, but I feel like this is more like tracking what you're saving for and then see how you're making progress with that specific category. So for that reason, I'm not really using it. And then here I just sort of wrote down month at a glance. Again, I like this page, but I usually use this page at the end of the month as sort of a review of like what went, like how much I was on track or wasn't on track, and then any upcoming purchases that are coming up. Now these two pages are basically the almost like, I would like to say, like the money making pages. I will kind of cover parts of the amounts because we also have like staff and things like that in there, but I started writing down the dates, and this is actually a bi-weekly look at things. It's not a weekly. I'm looking at it from the 1st until the 14th because I usually do budgeting bi-weekly, so whatever. But I write down all of the things that are coming up and then the amounts, and then also I write down like total income that's coming in, and then how I want to allocate funds for savings. Actually, let's get you zoomed in so you can see it. So this way I would write down all of the things that went through. I think that what I will do with this is I would just kind of do like a little check mark on the side if it has gone through or it has taken place already, and then after that all the expenses that are coming up. But then what's nice is that I started doing that for this page as well, which is from the 14th to the 28th. So it allows me to do more forecasting, which I really love, because then that way I kind of see how much. If you're self-employed, then this is amazing because then it gives you the opportunity to do more forecasting a little bit better. But the only thing that I'm missing in this book, and like towards the end, like you get some stickers and whatever, and then it gives you the debt tracker, which is really nice. The only thing that I wish that this had, honestly, is a calendar, but I started using this booklet in a combination with a calendar that's in here. So then I can start keeping track just in a small way of some of the expenses that are very date specific. And so here on the daily, I started filling them out, and it's sort of like an extension of what comes up for me for the day, or what is something that I don't want to kind of forget about it, or what was like we had a meeting on Saturday, for example. So now I already know when the next meeting is going to be for my work, but then also what I want to kind of focus on, so I can just keep a quick note of that. And I find that the life planner, it doesn't really give me that much space, which is sort of like the whole idea why they came up with this in the first place. So I really like that, and I like that, I kind of wish that the Saturday and Sunday were just as big, or you would receive just as much space as the rest of the week, but whatever, like I can live with it, not a big deal. And then for the following week, but we actually sat down for Sunday and then started planning our week ahead, and I started writing out the things that I would like to keep track of for social, so I can actually use this one little guy as basically as an editorial calendar, as well as my quick to-do list and anything that's coming up for today. But I'm gathering this information from the life planner and then kind of pouring it in here. So that's how I'm planning on using it. See how it goes. For now, I really like it. I don't mind you, I only use it for like a little bit, but sometimes I actually like to use the bottom section for gratitude rather than for anything else. So sometimes when there is not much that's coming up, then whatever, then I just write it down more for mental health reasons rather than, just putting that pressure on that like you have to fill it all out. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that. So I really like this. I really like the fact that it has the calendars in there. It's really helpful. And then that's it for the budget. And then for the wellness log, so I didn't really think that I would be using this as much as I am, but the thing is that I have in the back of it, because I have a folder, I'm writing in, I have the actual class tracker that sort of tracks like how many classes I've taken for yoga. So I kind of carry that with me so I can get the signatures and whatever. And then here I can kind of write out the full week worth of activities, and then I can write out, I don't necessarily track like water intake and steps, because if I'm showing up to a yoga class and I'm pretty good. But then I thought that we would use this section for meal planning. I'm not using it for meal planning. I'm literally just using it so that I can write in what I ate and then how much energy that, like, how is that actually working for me? Am I eating out? Am I eating at home? You know, like it's just that accountability piece that was really missing for me. I'm really finding that's really helping me. I only started filling portions of it out like here, but I'm doing my best to kind of keep up with it as much as possible. So this is what I'm using. And then for the life planner, well, first of all, I got like a cute little charm, which I'm so happy about, I think. And I made my little unique cover. So this one says never settle for boring. I like absolutely love that. I wanted something motivational, but not something that would make me feel like, oh, you should be out there crushing it. You know what I mean? So this page, honestly, a lot of people complain about this page that, oh my gosh, like it's so redundant. I really like it. I filled this out for January where I just print out a couple of pictures, and I really love how that looks. So I'm going to do pretty much the same on this side as well. I started keeping track of the lunar calendar as well, along with the birthdays. And then in the bottom, I started writing down both personal, business, and movement goals or ideas that I have of how I wanted the month to go. And because I kind of wrote that down, like this is actually helping me stay a little bit more accountable. And then I'm trying to simplify how much I decorate this. Some of it is actually more decorated than other weeks. I started using washi tapes to kind of block off the time slots. And then you will see this plan with me really, really shortly actually. But for now, this is sort of my layout of how I'm using it, where I'm using different colored pens and I'm using washi tape, which is seeming to be working out really well for me. And I really like these small boxes for just marking down when I'm actually physically working at the clinic. So that's basically it. In the back, I added some extra stickers of just stuff that I know that I will use. And then at the very, very back, so obviously I haven't filled out everything yet, but then I added a page for the lunar calendar. So I already wrote in January. In the next video, I'm actually going to be filming the February full moon and a new moon ritual, so you can join me in on that. But then I started also writing, I use these hexagons to write in not only what my intention is, but also what I'm actually releasing. So I'm kind of excited about that. So just stay tuned for that video. But for now, that's sort of where we're at. That's how I'm using both of these calendars, planners together. I really like it. I don't have any regrets about it. And I think that it looks absolutely gorgeous. So that's it. So I will see you guys again in my next one. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, you already know what to do. You can give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all of that good stuff. But also, if you are brand new and you're brand new to planning, I would love to hear what system you're using, whether it's a digital or a physical planner. And if you are using Erin Condren, how is it working out for you? Comment in the comment section because I would love to hear from you. And in the meanwhile, keep planning, you guys, keep journaling, keep seeking, and you're just so much more powerful than you think. I will see you again in my next video. Bye.